It's no blurting out. It is. All right. So the first thing that you're going to do, remember we talked about how to combine simple shapes to make complex objects. So the first thing you're going to do is choose a cool colored paper. Remember, cool is only half of our color wheel. Cool is the half of the color wheel that goes from the greens and blues to the purples. Look at that pretty cool picture.
There's a warm one, like for the summer.
Yes. All right, so you're going to choose out a cool colored paper. Now, I chose to do light purple as my cool paper, but you can pick which you would like to do. Now, the first thing that you always need to do is...
Write your name.
Yes, put your name at the top. Now, I'm going to have my paper horizontal, but you could turn it and have it vertical. I'm also going to put 1 Z for Mrs. Zimmerman's class, or whatever your class is. Now, I wanted to show you since we're going to be drawing birds, I wanted to show you some pictures of birds. Look at the shapes. What shape do you see in that bird?
Oval.
Look at that oval. It's almost even like a football shape. See how it comes pointy down here and pointy out there for the beak? And then look at those big wings all spread out. What kind of shape is that? What kind of shape is that?
Triangle.
Yeah, like a long skinny triangle, isn't it? Because it's pointy on the ends. Look at this bird. We could almost make that wing like an oval. But then look at all the leaves. Look at all the feathers that stick out from there.
One time at my house and I touched it. I opened it.
Really? Now look at how big these birds are. They're almost bigger than my hand. So when you draw your birds, I want your bird to be the focus of your picture. That means I want it to be the most important thing. I want you to make it nice and big. Now look at this, how the bird is holding on to the bark of the tree. Look how it's holding on with its little claws.
People are made down. There's only 2 people on the first red. Red? Row.
All right. Let me see. I think I would like to do a songbird.
What is it?
Check out.
Hummingbird.
Yeah. Look at these. Look at some of these birds. Look at that shape.
It's like a circle kind of.
It is kind of. Or we could do it like a circle and then an oval for the head. And look at that beak open. That's like 2 triangles. A triangle there and a little triangle here. Now, look at those skinny legs. Birds have some pretty little legs, and look at how they grab around the branch. So when you make your picture, you could have a branch.
I wouldn't have.
Like this one, you could have some leaves around it, some other branches. Let's see. So what I'm going to start with is actually the shape of my bird. So what did we say was a good bird shape? Maybe a circle.
Oval.
Look at how big I'm going to make that.
Turn off the lights. I can't see your writing.
Yes. So I made a nice big circle. Now I'm going to do like an oval for the head. And look at where they overlap. I'm actually going to erase both of these parts because they are overlapping. And I want them to look like I want them to look like they're connected. Now, I'm going to do like that little bird that we saw, and I'm going to make its beak open. So I'm going to make my triangle up, and I'm going to make my triangle down. See that?
It's like a fish tail.
It is.
Like a chick.
Now look at how I have to erase part of that. Now, some birds have their tail that sticks out, so I could make my tail come out, like kind of like a triangle. Like part of a triangle, it would overlap.
Not good at drawing birds. I am.
I'm going to put my legs long and skinny.
And make those little things.
Yeah.
The little kind of claws.
Yep. Like it's holding onto a branch.
There's supposed to be a tree.
There are. But this one is going to go behind my branch. So I'm going to draw a branch for that bird to be sitting on. Maybe even some little branches that are sticking up. What could I put on the end of those branches? Yeah.
I thought we were going to do winter.
Oh, you're right. Should it have leaves?
No.
No.
Good catch, Kara.
Kara's thinking.
Like, it's winter. There's no leaves. Only except on the ground, I think.
Yeah, maybe. So I could just make some branches.
No. You don't want to. Oh.
Now, it's your choice what else you want to put around. I could draw some other lines to show like texture.
You need to make eyes.
To show texture on my bark.
You need snow.
That's gonna
Snow.
the snow's gonna come in a little bit, not yet. So I could put my little bird eyes on.
It's like he's tripping like this.
Yep. Now, I could also put some little feathers on top of his head. Yeah. I could show part of his wing. And the feathers. And maybe only part of the wing over on this side. See that? So he's starting to come together. Now, I can keep adding some details like some of the feathers on the tail.
You're overlapping. You have to rinse some of that.
You're right. Yeah.
I still see some line.
Now, after you finish this part, after you draw your bird, if your bird is flying or if your bird is sitting or if your bird is perched on a branch, yeah, maybe it's landing, maybe it's going to pick something up. Now, yeah, watch what I'm going to do now. After you get this much done, we're going to come back and trace with your black crayon.
I like using black. I don't.
This is going to help our picture show up. It's going to be that contrast that we talked about before.
What if you use a black paper? You could not use a black paper because it's only a dark paper. It's not cold or warm.
Very good. We're not using that dark paper. We're using cool papers.
You need to get the other ones. What colors do we have? Can you use white?
Paper?
Oh, I forgot. White is not one.
Nope.
So you cannot use a black paper. Black or white or gray. Or brown. Or other colors. We will have to use white paper.
All right. Now, after you finish drawing yours, then we will talk about painting them next time.